Good afternoon, everybody. Today we will discuss for loop. In the previous class, we discussed while loop, loop and loop. Once again, we will revise what is the need of loop in the PLSQL. You take in the previous class, we discussed accessing only one row information. Without cursor concept, we can't access multiple rows like the details of employees who are working in department number 20, whose job equal to analysis, whose salary greater than or equal to 5,000. So this result displays more than one row. More than one row we can't access without help of the cursor. Cursor is a concept which we can store more than one row in a table. Okay. In cursor we want repeat from the table. If you want access from the table, we want repeat. For repetition purpose we are using loops. That is the need of the loops in the PLSQL. Especially loops mainly used in the cursor concept. Today we will focus on the for loop, and for loop is similar to while in C language. For loop also first check the condition. If condition is true, it will execute, but the way of comparing to C language, syntax somewhat different. So initialization, incrementation purpose we are taking dot dot, whereas in C language we are using as a plus plus operator. So first of all we will see the syntax, we will see some programs on the for loop. Right. For loop, first syntax. See, first for I in 1 dot dot n, then loop. So we are executing statements, then end loop. The syntax of for loop. So I in 1 means initialization. So we should take only 2 dots. చుక్కే కదా అని ఎక్కువ పెట్టినాం అనుకో రాదు. Compulsory we should take only 2 dots. 2 dots increments, indicates increments. N means check the condition, up to condition. This is syntax. I in 1 initialization, 2 dots means incrementation. N means check the condition up to given number. Then loop. Here we are executing statements. Loop a statement with the input. Okay. We will see one program. The program we will see you take as a prime number or not. So it is somewhat huge program, but we will see. Question is write a program to determine whether the given number is prime number or not. And once again, logic of the prime number: if a number having factor should be only 2, that is prime. So the logic of the prime number, a number which is divisible by itself find 1, that is called as a prime number. We will see. So in C language we are using percentage operator mod, but in PLSQL we are using single row function to find the remainder, that is MOD. MOD is single row numerical function which displays the remainder. Right. So first of all declare I number of 3, n number of 3, we are taking count C number of 3, then begin. At runtime I am taking n value is equal to, it will ask you enter value for n. Everything I am specifying here. For I in 1 dot n loop, if mod n comma I is equal to 0, okay, is equal to 0, then C is equal C plus plus, C is equal to C plus 1. So if is there, end loop. So loop is there, end loop. Then if C is equal to 2, then dbms underscore output dot put line, so it is prime, otherwise else same, it is not prime. So if is an end if, so terminate with end slash. So this is a program which determines given number is prime number or not. So how we'll see? First of all, whatever we require, the variables we are declaring, I value, n value, c value, begin. N, it will ask you enter value for n. So I 1 to n. So every number, if you take 3 is prime number. So how the compilation, we'll see compilation. So here I am removing this one, here I am write the compilation, we'll see how the compilation will be held. So I am taking n value is equal to 3. So first I is equal to 1, and c also we should initialize c is equal to also 1. C is equal to 0. So first mod n comma I 3 comma 1 remainder 0 yes 1 3 is a 3 remainder is 0 condition is 2, then c will be incremented 1 plus 1 is equal 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. After incrementation again goes to check the condition, then I value will increment I is equal to 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. So condition 2 less than or equal to 3, condition is 2. Condition is 2, cursor comes this location mod n 3 mod 2 remainder 0, condition is false. If condition is false, c will not incremented. Again goes to incrementation of I. So I is equal to 2, 2 plus 1 is equal to 3, 3 less than or equal to 3, condition is 2, 3 mod 3 comma 3, 3 comma 2, 3 comma 3 remainder is 0, yes condition true. If condition is true, 3 will be incremented, c is equal to 1 plus 1 2. So again goes to here, now n value is equal to I incremented 3 plus 1 is equal to 4, 4 less than or equal to 3, condition is false. If condition is false, cursor comes this location here, in loop c is equal to s, c is equal to condition is to display this prime. 3 is prime because 3 factors should be only 2, they are 1 comma 3. So if a number divisible by 1 and itself, it is a prime. According to this logic, the program will determine whether the given number is prime number or not. Okay, so this is a for loop program. You take any program, every program we can perform with the help of for loop. Okay, and next in else if in the previous class, conditional statements will not discuss the else if ladder. So now we'll see else if ladder syntax on program also we'll see. Okay. See else if ladder, we'll see the syntax. So first we'll see syntax. So if condition, then statements. So else if there is a space between the else if, this is the condition 1, now condition 2, then statements, like we can specify multiple condition. If no one condition is true, cursor goes to last else part, else statements. So here there are 2 ifs are there, we should terminate with the end if and end if. So if you take multiple ifs, we should terminate with the multiple end ifs. This is the syntax of else if else if ladder. See, if condition is true, we are executing statements 1. If condition is false, cursor goes to here. If it is true, it will print, then exit. If condition is false, cursor goes to here. Second condition is true, it will print statements. If condition is false, control goes to else part. It will execute statements, then it will exit. If this condition also, this condition is false, cursor comes here, then it will exit. So if is that 2 F's are there, 2 terminate with the 2 end ifs. We'll see one program. That. See, question is, we should accept only one number. We should determine whether it is positive, negative or 0. So how you say a number is positive? If a number greater than 0, that is positive. Okay. If a number less than 0, it is negative. Otherwise, automatically it is 0. We will see this program with the help of PLSQL. Here we should check multiple condition. If you want to check multiple condition, we are using else if ladder concept. Right. See, first declare. So number n, number of 3, begin. N is equal to and n. So first, if number greater than 0, then I am printing dbms underscore output dot put line. So I am displaying it is positive. Else if n less than 0, then dbms underscore output line, it is negative. Okay, else if. So if there is no need to write else if, so if you are writing n is equal to 0, then suppose if you are not writing also correct, because positive, negative, otherwise automatically it will come last at part, it will display it is 0, then else. So dbms underscore output line, it is 0. So if there are two ifs or if, so we should terminate with 2 times, end if, then end. Yes. Okay. See here, we are accepting a number. Okay. If number greater than 0, it is positive. Otherwise, cursor comes to here. Else if number less than 0, it is negative. If 2 conditions are false, automatically cursor comes to last else part. It will display it is 0. Is the point. And we will see maximum of 3 numbers using else if ladder, another program. Here we should use AND operator. Okay. Right. Question is maximum of 3 numbers. So first declaration of variable, declare A, number of 3, up to 3 digits we are taking. Then B, number of 3, C, number of 3. Okay, then begin. So first of all we are entering 3 values. A is equal to and A colon equal, B colon equal and B, C colon equal and C. So first, if A greater than B and, we should use and, any capital or small. Then A greater than C. If condition is true, DVMS underscore output dot put line, it will display A is big. So after is, then should be. So else if B greater than A and B greater than C, then DVMS underscore output dot put line, B is big. So else automatically DVMS C is big. So there are 2 ifs are there, 2 end if. Then terminate with end. So this is the logic here. See, ABC begin A and A, B and B, C and C. If A greater than B and A greater than C, then A is big. If A is bigger than B and A is bigger than C, so automatically A is big. Then otherwise, if condition is false, cursor comes to there. B greater than A and B greater than C, automatically B is big. So otherwise else C is big. So there are if 2 ifs are there, 2 end if, and program terminated with end semicolon. This is a another ladder program in PLSQL. Okay. After this we will see functions. In the next class we will discuss, but a brief introduction about functions we will see here. So in SQL we discussed in the YouTube class. We will not discuss it. In the next class we will see. Just introduction about functions we will see. So definition is same. Function is a self-contained statements which perform a specific task. Using a function, if you want to divide a program into multiple partition, each partition we are assigning to one subprogram. The subprogram is called user-defined function. Mainly functions are divided into 2 types: library, user-defined. Library are the predefined or built-in function. User-defined are the user-defined by user. Why we are defining? If a program code is very huge, we are decomposing a program into multiple partition. Each partition we are assigning to one subprogram. The subprogram is called as a user-defined function. Here in come to functions, there are 2 types: library functions. Library functions again classify into 2 types again. Okay. First one is single row functions. Single row functions again classified into types. First, numeric functions. Second one is character functions. Third one is date functions. Fourth one is general functions. So these are the single row functions. Single row. Second one is grouped function. We will differentiate grouped functions. So grouped functions also called as a aggregate functions. So the grouped functions are sum, average, minimum, maximum, count. So these are the grouped functions. Okay, and you take another one is user defined functions. User defined functions are mainly two types. First one is stored procedure, stored function. So these are the two user defined functions. This is a brief description about the functions, library user defined. In the next class we will see about these functions. Okay, thank you.